and welcome to our monthly reading. So we're going to be diving into the August 2022 reading for all of the air signs out there. So hello Gemini, hello Libra and Aquarius. So before we dive into that, if you don't know who I am Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. You can check out more about me in my website down below, kittensweightsandtarot.com. You can check out all my readings, offerings, just some info about me, and also a little info about the Leon Mystery School, in which I am the head mistress, but I also teach Mayan astrology amongst other teachers and other wonderful subjects. My other stuff is there, so if you want to check out Patreon or the newsletter, Desert Cauldron, which is a shop that James from Late of Riga and I own, so definitely check it out. Okay, so today I have my little list all set up with our goodies for this evening, but I also have the decks. Let me show you what I'm working with. I have my Wally's World, which if you are interested in my Wally's World, the link is down below. But I tried to choose decks that I felt would connect best with our air signs. So in this little pouch here, my little butterfly pouch, I have the Women of World War II Tarot. And I decided, since I was utilizing my runes, like different sets of runes for the different elements, like with the fire signs, I have red jasper runes, and then when I was working with the water signs, I had labradorite, and last night with earth signs, it was birchwood runes. But today I thought, maybe, because I haven't busted these out in a while, these are a different type of runes. They're not the Futhark runes, but they are these little scarab runes. So these are connected to ancient Egypt. All right, so alongside that, I'm going to be using the Amenti Oracle and the New Age Hipster Insta Oracle, which I also haven't used on the channel in a while, so I thought, like, why not? Okay, so I like to cast a circle just to make sure that all the vibes are nice and high, everything is as clear as possible, so all the messages coming through are for our best and highest good and are nice and clear for not just me, but for all of you guys too, because the purpose of a live chat is for us to come together and bring our intuition together, our thoughts, good community, and not just have, you know, a one-sided conversation. So I like when we come together. I like when we're all talking, putting ideas. And last night we had some people pulling cards, so I highly encourage that as well. All right, Lily, hello, and Susie, how are you? Thank you. So also, if you're wondering why I have the Star Trek stuff on today and kind of like the Wesley Crusher type shirt, because it is Will Wheaton's 50th birthday today. So hello, Wesley Crusher, and happy birthday. So yeah, I'm kind of a, you know, Star Trek TNG, you know, groupie. So anyway, giving a little love to Will Wheaton. Okay, so let's get started off with our elements here and utilizing the elements to clear our space and also where you guys are as well. All right, Susie is eating tacos. Ooh, what kind of tacos, pray tell? We had, what did we have? We had little pizza bites, and I just kind of made a salad, not really sure. I just kind of like threw some stuff together. It was arugula and spinach and basil and a little bit of mint, some sliced mozzarella and strawberries, and a little bit of salt and pepper, and I don't know, I just put it, I didn't know what type of dressing to put, so it was just apple cider vinegar and some olive oil, and I thought it was unique and summery. James is not quite a fan of mint, but me, I'm like a super minty person, like mint chocolate chip ice cream, minty chocolate cookies. Like, you have my heart if you got some mint, some chocolate. So yeah, so I throw a little minty in there because like summery vibes and all. But anywho, let's go ahead and bring out some fire. Susie said, love it. Lily said, I ate chopped meat with onion, potatoes, and an LB of mozzarella cheese. Nice. Okay, so I busted out this because my other candle was all used up. So I have a nice brown candle, keep us nice and grounded, because I know as air signs, we can be all up in the ethers. So maybe a little bit of grounding for this particular chat might be warranted. So let's get our fire on. It is a brand new candle, so give it just a moment to burn down on the wick. But the intention is not the fire itself, but the energy of fire. So the energy of fire to burn away anything that isn't needed in this space. And also wherever you guys are, wherever you reside in the world, that fiery energy will clear up your spaces as well. So with these particular candles, it takes a few tries to like get it going, but once it's going, it's fabuloso. All right, Susie said beef and guacamole. Ooh, cilantro and cheese being bad. Nice. And Susie loves mint. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, for me, like mint has that cool, refreshing feeling. For James, it's like he's at the dentist. He thinks he's eating toothpaste. I don't get that really. I don't know. I kind of separate my toothpaste, although I love the minty freshness of toothpaste. So I guess I am one of those weird people that will like brush my teeth and then right away go eat food. Some people think that's a nasty thing because like the toothpaste gives all your food like a nasty flavor. I'm a weirdo. I kind of like it. Joss, how are you? How are you? All right, so utilizing this fire element, let's go ahead and burn everything that does not need to be here so that we can get some great readings today. I'm going to bring in this Palo Santo for a little bit of air energy. Hello, air signs. All right. Ooh, that's burning nice and good. All right, so utilizing that to just clear everything up, just blowing everything away that need not be in this space. And also extending that to your space as well. Just clearing it all up. Okay, and then let's bring in a little bit of that water element. And again, this being my full lunar cycle water, from full moon to new moon, eclipse, solar eclipse to lunar eclipse, blah, blah, blah. Susie's like, oh. Okay, so here we go. Using that water to wash away anything that may impede our intuition today and from us having a good time. As we do. And also, it just feels so good. Okay, and then for the earth element, I'm going to utilize that ceremonial dagger, which we do sell in Desert Cauldron if you are interested. This is gold sheen obsidian made in Mexico. So this is to represent the pyramid at Chichen Itza and the duality of the masculine and feminine, the sun and the moon. So let's go ahead and use this to create our circle today, to cast our circle. So you may be wondering why I'm using a dagger instead of a wand. Remember, you know, your practice is your practice. You can use anything really, which you can use your little finger here to cast a circle, but I want to use it to kind of cut through and make sure that everything is as clear as possible. So here we go, calling in our elemental homies at the north to help us out with this circle casting today. Calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. And calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast. Let our work begin. And so it is. All right. Yay! So excited to have you guys all here today. All right. So like I said, got a lot of stuff cooked up for you guys. So let's go ahead right into our elemental reading for the air signs. Susie said gorgeous. So I'm going to do an elemental reading first, so just for all of the air signs, and then from there going into the individual air signs, so Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so with Wally's World, I like to use this as a theme card. So I'm going to pull a theme card from here to which we can reference what the general theme is going to be for all of us this month of August, which is in a few days, actually. We are just a few days away. Monday is August 1st. And as I shuffle these cards, by the way, how's that a Schumann resonance? See, I'm so used to saying the Schumann's residence now. But yeah, the Schumann resonance, how is that working for you guys all right now? Anybody having weird dreams, sleep disturbances, also having it mixed with the new moon energy plus the Jupiter retrograde energy. We have another portal going on, just planets aligning, things like that. So how are you guys doing? Just FYI. Let's see here. Lily said, my birthday is August 3rd. Yay! So look at you. We need to do a little birthday song. So let me pull this theme card, and we're gonna have to do a little happy birthday, Lily. We have to. Susie said, happy early birthday. Okay, looks like we have our card. Excellent, excellent. All right, so Lily said, yay. All right, so this card here was actually, this picture was taken by a friend in our community called Wild Feather. And she's up in, I'm trying to remember, not in Canada, but she was in Canada when she took this picture. So let's dive into it. We have a little teeny crescent moon there. I think it's beautiful. But let's dive in and do a little channeling and see how this pertains to our theme for the month of August. All right. Okay, so what's coming through is that in the month of August for the air signs, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, this is all about going inward. So perhaps kind of it's not a total hermit mode. That's not really what I'm getting with August, but definitely a want to go inwards more in August. And by doing so, receiving more guidance, more understanding and healing than you have in the past. So I know we've all been doing a lot. I know there's a lot of energy. I mean, dude, if you guys have been here for the last few nights of readings for the different zodiac signs, woo, August is going to be interesting, say for everyone. But for, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it's this, you're still doing things, you're still seeing people, and you're still, going out and doing your thing. But there is this want to maybe not spend so much time, in the outward world and spending more time going inward. So it's not a complete hermit mode, but it is this, I'm feeling like there's something just about to begin, or I feel like there's something that I'm just on the verge of understanding or knowing. And it's this, I just see this lotus blossoming of this something that you haven't been able to quite understand or reach before, just due to our experiences, everything in due time, really. I know as much as we'd like to rush through everything and just understand and know everything, especially, air signs, so curious, wanting to know why, and how come I can't just do this, but things have to line up in a particular way for each of us, because we're all on our individual paths. But as we go inwards, there is this, these downloads that I feel like we're going to get. I know we've already been getting downloads, so don't take it like you haven't been receiving downloads, but just an understanding that you haven't had before about yourself, about your place in the world, about your path. And so I guess you can call it a leveling up of sorts. So this is going to be a very, very beneficial month. I know that every day and every minute is beneficial to us, and we should be grateful for it. But this is going to be kind of like a swift kick in the pants as we bolster up. So looking forward to that. Alrighty then. That sounds interesting. Let's see. Let's go back here. Susie said, this year is flying by so weird. Night lasts forever, but the days fly by. You know what? As you bring that up, yes. And it says time is very strange. Dude, time has been, for like, was it the past couple of months or maybe even this entire year. Yeah, time is weird. Like, I was telling this to Annette, who is my friend, but she's also my yoga instructor and my Reiki teacher. And she was saying that, well, actually, I was telling her that it takes me about 15 minutes to get to yoga from where I live. And I had encountered some roadblocks, like literal roadblocks, to get to my yoga practice. So I knew that I was going to be late to yoga. But when I got there, after hitting every light, after having to go through detours, after all of this, I was 5 minutes early. So I knew that I was on the road for about 25 minutes, which would have made me 10 minutes late, yet I was 5 minutes early. And things like that have been happening. It's like, you know, and I'm looking at the clock and it's like it would slow down, and it's just, yeah, or we're in situations where everything is just speeding up. You know, we assume we've been doing something for 5 minutes, but 20 minutes or an hour has passed. So yeah, time is getting real weird around here. Let's see. Susie said, lovely, go inward, will do. I have been feeling guidance and protection lately. Lotus. And Susie said, air is in their head too much, like me. And Lily said, wow, that is crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. All right, so before, like I said, we get too far into the reading, Lily is having a birthday, and I know there are many of you that are going to be having some August birthdays. My half-sister is going to be turning 18 this month, my little Leo half-sister. So before we bust out these cards, let's do a little happy birthday, okay? Let's get ready. If you guys want to sing where you are, I'm sure Lily's going to feel it. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lily, and all the other signs who are having birthdays through August. Happy birthday to you. Boo, boop, boop, be doop. All right, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. So yeah, you were just days away. Hey. Okay. Now we can bust out our cards. So this is the Women of World War II. It's a deck that I backed on Kickstarter a while back. So yeah. Lily's like, OMG, love it. All right, so here we go. Let's pull out a few cards and get the general air reading. Sumi's like, what I miss? Well, Sumi, our girl Lily in here is having a birthday on, was it August 3rd? So we're just doing a little happy birthday. Oh, and then before that, we were talking about time being really, really strange as of late. So I don't know if that's affecting you too. Okay, so here we go. And if you hear tons of like voices and everything out there, there's our apartment complex had a pool party this afternoon from 3 to 7 o'clock, but it looks like, and it was at the main pool, and it looks like the party goers didn't want the party to stop, so they've come over to the pool next to my apartment here. So yeah, that's the party goers. Let's see here. Yay! Lots of little festive emojis. Susie says, Goddess Sumi, how are you? Sumi's saying, woohoo! I always love your guys' emojis. It's awesome. You are very welcome, Lily. Okay, so let me show you the cards. They're face down right now so that we can take a look at them together. So here's the first card. We have the Four of Pentacles. Susie said bears. And we have, oh, okay, the Five of Pentacles. Interesting, those came out together, back to back. And we have the Three of Wands. And then we have, lastly, the Ace of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so just want to point out, as I did with the other elements for the past few days in their readings. So we have two earth cards and two fire cards. So we are missing our sword suit, which is our air, because we are the communication group. So it looks like that is missing. And then we also have the cups missing. So intuition, emotion, connection, and things like that. So that is interesting. So it looks like the focus we have is pentacles and we have wands. We have 0 court cards and we have 0 major arcana. So just wanted to put that out there. And then our numbers are 3, 4, 5, and then we have an ace. So I don't know, putting that out there. So if you guys' intuition is picking anything up on that, definitely share it in the group. And then I'm going to go inwards and do a bit of channeling to see kind of what this all might be. And Susie said, pool party. I know, they look like it sounds like they're having so much fun out there. And oddly, there are some people in their jeans out there. I don't know, like the pool is nice and warm because it's been so hot. It's literally body temperature. Like you go in the water, it doesn't even feel like you're going in water. It feels like you're going in the bathtub. Sumi is picking up chocolate, if that means anything to anyone. Chocolate, really? Well, think of all the things that chocolate represents for people, and then we'll intuit that as well. Okay, but I like where your mind is at, Sumi. I like it. Okay, so let me go in with this. Okay. So what I'm getting with the cards here is actually something that James and I were talking about earlier, you know, that it feels like our little 3D world is at kind of like a standstill in terms of our businesses. You know, we're thinking, you know, of his crystal business. I'm thinking of Desert Cauldron and Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And, you know, it's like things were so free flowing and they were going right along. And then it seems like we hit some sort of energetic block. And, you know, we tried fixing, or not fixing things, but like trying to change things up and maybe do things differently, maybe trying to post more, post less, you know, on our social media and on Etsy, you know, uploading new items. And we're just wondering like, what is going on? And so in the messages here, it feels like it's not only for us, but there's a lot of people who are feeling like, as if they've been doing something wrong. Like why does it feel like I am almost like trudging through molasses just to get things done, or to make money, or to do the things that have come so naturally before? Not only when it comes to money and all of that, but also people's intuition. It feels like what the status quo used to be doesn't seem to fit where we are at this moment. And it feels like in August, there is more of that, but there's also, for a lot of people, you know, with that wands energy, that there are people coming in that we're meant to connect with, but we weren't able to connect with those people or be aware of them or those opportunities or the energy unless we were in a place that really caused us to take a halt. You know, we had to stop. So there was a song that just popped into my head. It was like, stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. You know, so it's like, and I know it's very frustrating because I know that yes, on one level, we are divine, eternal beings that are hugely powerful. We have these wonderful manifesting abilities, but at the same time, we are also Gaian. We are also Earth, and we operate at a 3D level the other half of the time. And so there are things that we worry about. We worry about, you know, our families and our bills, and, you know, and when things just aren't going the way we're used to, our little 3D brains get stuck, because it's like, what am I supposed to do from here? Because I only know, as you know, we're thinking from our logic mind, our ego mind, I don't know what else to do. Where else am I supposed to go from this situation? And so in August, it feels like, you know, while the mind is trying to figure out how do I overcome this block, like a little rat in a maze, there are some other things coming into view now, because we've been in this stagnant mode, this stop mode, this blocked mode. So if you feel like you've been blocked in certain areas in your life, just know that things are lining up in such a way to get you kind of away from what you used to do. And I know that what we used to do is very comfortable, and I know things can be very nerve-wracking when we go into something that is more unknown, or we haven't done it before. Just like driving for the very first time, we were all very nervous, you know, about making sure that our seatbelt is done, we adjusted the rear view mirror, and that, you know, we're in the proper gear, you know, and making sure, you know, all of the things that we need to know. So it's going to be very much like that, like being a newbie. And even though I don't have a page here in these cards, I'm kind of getting that with the ace, that it's kind of like a spark of something new. And so when we are in something new, we're going to be in a very big learning phase. So there is going to be a lot of learning that is going on. And, you know, I did pull that theme card at the very beginning, that there's a lot of internal stuff that's going to be going on for us in August. So as we're stopped, we have a chance to go inward and take in a lot of things that are going to put us in alignment with the next thing that our soul is calling us to do. So this is big soul advancement. And yes, it will translate to the 3D, because all the D's, the dimensions, they're like layers over one another. So they're not separate, they're just layers. And so as things are changing in those layers, it will trickle down to the 3D. So don't worry, you're not going to be blocked forever. There definitely is going to be an unblock, probably towards the end of August, going into September. But there's this, don't fret. You're not going to be like in this little blocked box for forever. It's just to put you on hold for now, so those other things can line up and come your way. All right. Okay. Woo. Alrighty then. Let's see. Let's go back here. Somebody says, oh yeah, she was talking about chocolate equals the Mayans. Yes, yes. Actually, Sumi, now that you mention it, there's the cacao ceremonies, and I'm thinking like, you know, chocolate bars, but no, it wasn't. Chocolate was much different back then, and sometimes it was considered an aphrodisiac, and was actually something that the wealthy would have. It was a particular way of preparing the cacao beans, and oftentimes with chili and stuff like that. So it was a ceremonial drink, and it was something that was had on very special occasions. So something very sacred, actually, and used in offerings in lieu of a human sacrifice. Oftentimes, you know, because they weren't always sacrificing people, they would oftentimes use things that were considered of great value to them to sacrifice that. So sacrificing like their chocolate drink. Susie said, your prosperity, Sumi, oh my goodness, the finer things. And Susie's saying the recession right now. Dude, I mean, we've kind of been in one, but yeah, finally there was the announcement that we are in an official recession. And then found it interesting that on a Wikipedia, you know, which is like a, you know, community-run site where people can add and put things like that, that they changed the definition of what a recession is, and then they locked it out so nobody could change that definition. Thought that was interesting. And Susie's like, all year, guys, really bad. I follow crypto and stocks. Me, James, we follow gold and silver, so the precious metals. Yeah. And Susie said, I had to cancel a bunch of things, but not my girl Tata. Or this is not to be a bummer. No, you're not at all. We're just talking about the things that are going on in our world right now. March 2023, it will pick up. And, you know, I have been getting some hits here and there that September, beginning of September, possibly the first or second week. It's going to be interesting. Just interesting. I'll just put it out there. Okay, so there's that. But let's take a look how that message and the theme card are going to connect to the individual zodiac signs. So, taking a look into Libra and to Gemini and to Aquarius in the sun, moon, and rising. So for that, let's go ahead and bust out our little scarab runes. So I showed these at the very beginning. I don't know if you guys saw, but they're made of like rubber. But they look like a scarab on one side, and then on the other side they have some hieroglyphic images. So it's just a different type of rune system, and I thought it would be fun to use for the air signs. So I'm going to go ahead and pick you rune for each of the 3 zodiac signs under the air signs umbrella. So let's start with, you know what, let's just start with Gemini. Let's just do it. So as I get ready here, do I have any Gemini sun, moon, risings? I know Susie Gemini and me, I am a Gemini sun. And do I have, I think I have Gemini in one other placement in my chart. But it's mostly like Cancer, and there's another, I have 2 Scorpio placements, and there's some watery stuff going on in there. There's a lot of Aquarius, a lot of stuff going on in there. Okay, so let's see, Gemini. All right, so Jaws is a Gemini moon. Susie said September 26th, the end of the Shemitah. Ooh, interesting. I know September is going to be interesting, let's just say. Susie says, I won't bore anyone, crypto talk. Hey, no worries, sharing ideas here. And, well, we're going to be talking about that. Obviously I follow precious metals because that's where a lot of my investment goes. Into tangible investment. So in case there is a crash of the dollar, you have something physical that can be traded in the event of something catastrophic. So basically it's just a placeholder, a physical placeholder for your funds in case the economy fails or the banks fail. You have your wealth tangibly in place, and then when it's time to basically cash out and the dollar is doing better, you can cash out if you wish. All right, Gemini, what do we have here? All right, so this is a throne, and you see there is the crook and flail there. Lily said September 26th, my son's birthday. Hey, very cool. And Sumi says, I'm crypto illiterate. You're basically speaking another language to me, Susie. And Susie said, September 26th is not bad. It's a financial cycle. Bearish big time. Oh yeah, so there's the bear market and there's the bull market. So yeah. And Lily's like, me too. Yeah, in the crypto verse, I'm not too well versed. Precious metals, I'm okay though. Okay, so let me go inwards here with our little throne for Gemini with that crook and flail there. Let's take a look at this. Okay, Susie, I believe it was you that earlier in the chat you said something about protection, and that's actually what I'm getting from this particular room. Not only protection, but I'm also getting empowerment, sitting within your power. When we think of a monarch or a ruler sitting on their throne, or we say, make sure that you are on your throne. That's when you are in the seat of your power, symbolic of being within your solar plexus energy, but also having a strong foundation in that root chakra and sacral chakra. So it's the lower chakras being able to have a solid foundation. And with the crook and flail, what that was used for in simple terms, I know that there was many other meanings behind the crook and flail, but in simple terms also used for protection. Oftentimes, being crossed in front of oneself, or a pharaoh being shown with them being crossed in front of the body, being able to protect the body, protect the pharaoh. And so I do see this as September being for Gemini as maybe you're feeling blocked, as this is a time to go in, as we're going into situations that have had needed time to align before we were able to see them, you know, as opportunities or being able to be met with them, that this is really a time for you not to falter, like not to look down on yourself or beat yourself up. And there might be a tendency to do so when we're feeling like things just aren't working out, things are feeling trapped. So we might decide that there's something wrong with us. What's wrong with me? Why isn't my, let's say, intuition working like it used to? Why isn't my job working like it used to? Why isn't my way that I used to communicate with my friends? Why is this not working out like it used to? Why does it feel like I'm not being heard? Or why does it feel like I'm not being seen? And instead of giving your power away and saying, this all must be my fault, and why is everything conspiring against me? This is really a time to be in your power. What are your talents? Who are you? That's actually a big question to ask yourself. Who are you? What do you represent? What do you feel you're here to do? And sit in that power. If you can readjust your perception, it's all about who you are at your core. The outside world does not dictate who we are, although that is something that we're taught when we're very young, that it's the external validation, it's the praises and the way things play out in terms of society, or the way our parents taught us, determines our worth and who we are. So without all this external business, if we're going inwards and we're being blocked from doing the things that we normally do, and it's now all the attention is on ourselves, now you really get to solidify, who are you? Who are you right now? I don't care who you were 5 minutes ago or who you were in the past. All that matters is right now. At this moment right now, whatever the time is right now, what do you represent? Where do you stand? What are your ideas? What are your goals? How do you see yourself helping others? How do you see your light? What does your light look like? And this is a great time to solidify that. And that puts you in your power. And when you're in the seat of power, now you're ready to accept what's coming into alignment for you. Those people, those opportunities, those situations. But also the protection that I see with that crook and flail is protecting us from our ego self, the self that would have us believe that we're no good, you've messed up once again, this and that, and all the negative that we tend to tell ourselves sometimes, things that we would never really say to another person because it's awful. So protecting ourselves against that and realizing that talk, that's all it is. It doesn't know what it's just the ego. It has no intuition. So get into your power in August. All right. Whew. That's a doozy. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's go back here. Sumi said September 22nd is the beginning of autumn. That's something to take into account too. And Susie said, woo woo. Autumn sounds good this year, and Samhain. And Susie said, so friggin' hot lately. Well, at least here it's cooled off. It's really humid right now because we have the monsoons, but right now it was like 91 degrees today, so it was like nice. Susie says, we will prevail. We sure will. Fire. Okay, so on that note, let's take a look at Aquarius. I'm interested. Aquarius. Do we have any Aquarius in the house? So any sun, moon, rising, Aquarius. I have, where's my Aquarius? My Aquarius is in my south node. Yeah, because I have Leo in the north node, so I have Aquarius in the south node. I think that's my only placement of Aquarius. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. All right. So we have the Sphinx. Nice. And there are many who say that the Sphinx predate the what we know as the ancient Egyptians. That was actually something else had a different head at the time, and then when the Egyptians came along, of course the head was changed into a pharaoh. But yeah, so I find this rune to be very interesting. So we'll dive into that for Aquarius. Susie said, believe to ourselves. And Josh said, yep, sun sign, hey! Okay, so, all right, Sphinx, Aquarius. All right, let's do this. Oh, okay, so Josh, you said that this is your sun sign, and so anybody else who's Aquarius. So, like I said, leveling up, big changes for you guys. And I believe I said this for some of the other zodiac signs earlier this week too. What you find out about yourself in this time of inward reflection, of being blocked, as I'm thinking of Susie's comment of it be life, belief with the lie in the middle, that there is, I know that we have a lot of shadows that we're healing, trauma, core beliefs that, you know, need to be readjusted, possibly many of those core beliefs being situated within falseness, within non-truth. That for Aquarius, in this time of solitude, not saying that you're going to be total hermit mode, but when you have more time for yourself, looking inward, that you find that there is one big glaring lie that you have based your personality, your self-worth, who you are, your placement in the world. You are confronted with that in August. And this can be both scary and a sigh of relief. Scary because the ego knows this, or the ego thinks this is true, this lie about, you know, who you are and your place in the world. But the higher self is like, finally, yes. Once you are confronted with this lie and you know that it is a lie, this is not who you are. You are not limited by this. That all of a sudden, all these, you look over here, all these other opportunities and ways of being and doing things open up for you. But because it's new, it could be scary at first, you know. And we did talk about that in the cards just for the general air sign reading. So this is a really big change for you, Aquarius, but remember that this is up to your personal will. You decide if this is something that you want to lean into. So the opportunity for that lie to be presented to you, it will present itself, but whether you choose to accept it or not is totally up to you. And there is no right or wrong in that. It's just where you are on your path. If you are presented with this lie and you decide consciously, I'm not ready for this at this time, I want to work on it later, then you're just not ready for it at this time. Maybe you're going to be ready later, but just know that you're making that conscious decision. And that's totally fine. That's you and your path. I can't say that somebody must do something because I'm not living that person's life. But just know that that will be there. It will be a little unsettling because literally your entire life has been based on that lie, and how you operate and how you put yourself in certain situations, and the people that you've brought into your life is based on that. And you know, and basically all our stuff is based on our core beliefs, but sometimes there's one mega core belief that we all base our entire lives on. So woo, you guys have your work cut out for you. And I am feeling this already, even though, you know, it's not my sun, moon, or my rising. I'm feeling this for the Aquarius, that this is going to be something very difficult for you, but also so freeing and so beautiful for you. So I both send you healing and also congratulations. Okay, all right. Let's see. Susie says, I'm a humanitarian, a leader we need. Working on it, maybe. And Susie said, Joss, you too. Aquarius the genius. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at Libra. And Libra is actually my moon sign. So do we have any Libras in the house, sun, moon, rising? Actually, I think I have Libra in a couple other placements as well, not just my moon. So interesting. Okay. And actually, speaking of moon, anybody's moon cycles been a little interesting, off, unusual the past couple of moon cycles? I will say that every time a full moon or a new moon comes around, things get a little cray-cray. Joss said long. Yeah, long. Yes. I thought, I was like, will this ever end? Am I going to need a transfusion at some point? Josh said just this one. Last one was short. Yeah, it seems like a lot of, and some people have been saying their daughters, like their young daughters who, you know, are kind of going through their moon cycles and stuff, those, like all of them have been shifting and changing. So that's interesting. And even people who aren't experiencing a moon cycle anymore, they're going through menopause, like that's been doing some big shifts and change. So yeah, our physical bodies are definitely feeling what's going on energetically. Susie says, I think we are finding frequency matches. Age of Aquarius, easier to do now. Definitely. And Sumi says, I got ugly cramps, but no flow. Oh, dude, Sumi. This last one, I could have sworn I was 16 years old again. Like cramps that lasted the entire time. And I don't know, they're almost gone now, but I haven't gotten acne since literally I was like maybe 16, 17, and it's still on my forehead. I feel like a teenager all over again. Yeah, Sumi's like me. Sumi, you could use that emoji for me too. Okay, so Susie has Uranus in Libra. All right, so excellent. So let's look at Libra, our Librans. Ooh, we have Sobek. Or no, wait, this is Seth. Sorry, Seth, not Sobek. I get the two mixed up because they start with an S. Susie's like, wait till you are 50. Yikes. Well, hey, you know, all in good time. Yeah, let's dive into Seth. Seth is kind of like the evil brother of Seth, not Seth, but Osiris. So Susie said fire, but not in a good way. Okay, so let's take a look into Seth for Libra. Okay, so Libra, I'm getting a little bit of what I was saying for Aquarius. And I was actually looking at it like two scales. And although Seth is not present for the weighing of the heart, that's Sobek actually, it's like on one side you have your intuition, you have your higher self, you have your heart. On the other side, you have your brain, you have your intellect, you have your ego. And it feels like finally with these scales, as you go about your day, the things that you say out loud, the things that you say to yourself, like there's finally this like aha moment of like, wait, whoa. And it's almost looking at your ego as if it is someone else, like, whoa, who are you? Let's say, for instance, this is what came in. It's like, you know, you walk into the bathroom and you are gonna, I don't know, brush your hair, brush your teeth, whatever. And you're looking in the mirror, and as the ego does sometimes, it's like, ooh, picking out that flaw and, oh, that flaw over there and that flaw. And there's that aha moment where you're in the middle of brushing your hair, brushing your teeth. It's like, wait, who are you? Like, how dare you like nitpick my appearance, my little human suit? Like, what Where is that even coming from? And why am I nitpicking myself this way? Why does it even matter if I got a little pimple there? Why does it even matter if I have, some crow's feet, or I got this giant mole, or what? So what? So who cares what this human suit looks like? It's just a suit. It's just and just like the clothes we wear, it's just something we're wearing. So why all this attention to the thing that we're just wearing? It's not eternal. The thing that's eternal and beautiful and awesome is inside. So it's like this aha moment of like, why am I even speaking to myself this way? And then you start noticing it as you go about your day, the way you connect with other people. You might notice that the connection is usually in a negative way of like, yeah, everything's going wrong in the world. And it's like, wow, man, I why am I only focusing on the negative? And it's like things like that. I'm just giving examples. I'm not saying, that this is what all Libras are saying. But it's just where you catch yourself and you're like, who's really speaking here? Is this my higher self speaking? Speaking from the heart, or is this my ego that's been speaking the whole time? Is this my ego that's been driving my whole day? Is this the ego, the one that's looking at me in the mirror? Like, really? But it's that aha moment that is finally going to create change, some big changes. Like I said, this is about going inwards, the stuff that's going on inside of you, so that the next time you walk by the mirror, next time you're brushing your teeth or brushing your hair or whatever, you look at yourself and you look past. You look past that physical form that you see, and what you see beyond the surface is, wow, you know what? I came here to F shit up. I came here to raise the vibration. I came here to do a mission, and man, I'm happy with some of the things that I've been doing, and I can't wait to do more. And you getting pretty hyped about this. So, all right, Libra. And so, that's what I was getting with that Seth, because the Seth is really, he's not a bad person. He's just a polarity. Oftentimes we see Osiris as good and his brother as bad, when really they're just a representation of light and dark, the two aspects that really we have inside of ourselves. And so it's just which polarity do you decide is going to have a voice that day. All right, Seth coming in with some knowledge. Let's see. Susie said, sending healing, hot flashes. Who's been getting some hot flashes lately is James. Like, our bodies are just doing some weird stuff. Like, I'll be like, I am so cold, and he's like, I'm on fire. So yeah, we're all just changing our frequencies. Susie said, I am my own personal sun. Susie said, I call them smile lines. Yeah, me too. And Sumi said, be like a cat. Own your beauty. Yes. And Susie said, love that. All right. Okay, so let's put these aside and let's take a look at some opportunities and maybe a possible block, so that we know how to transmute it. We know how to overcome it, and then also how to maybe look forward to some of those opportunities. Okay, so I have the a mentee oracle. For that, let me bust out these cards. So these cards are, it's like a cool, unique mix of like 20s Art Deco, 80s with an Egyptian theme. I think it's pretty cool. So here are the backs, and you guys will see when I pull out some of these cards. But yeah, this deck is freaking awesome. Okay, so let's pull those cards. The opportunity and block. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. I like to take a look at the block first to see how we can transmute it, and then prepare ourselves for the opportunity. Okay, so a possible block that us air signs may encounter in the month of August, we have, I keep my own counsel. And notice how she's got that look like she's holding the crook and flail that I said at the very beginning when I was talking about Gemini's reading, seated in the throne there. And then we have the intersecting pyramids, which is awesome, and kind of almost like an all-seeing eye up there with the rays coming down. And Joss said, wow, yes. Okay, so all right, let's dive into this one. Possible block. Okay, so like I said, that this is the month of going inwards a lot more, learning more about ourselves, leveling up, finding, discerning falsehood from actual truth, which is going to come from our higher self, our eternal divine self, and just being able to heal those things. And remember, as we're confronted with those things, please be very gentle with yourself. The ego is going to want to flare up and say a lot of really sometimes nasty negative things like, oh, you've been living a lie. It's like, okay, well, I didn't have the tools before, I do now. I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that I can see it now, so that I can work on things now. And that's how we need to look at things, instead of, oh man, why have I been doing this thing for so long. It's, well, you didn't have the tools before, so how can you really berate yourself for something that you didn't know before? It's like berating a preschooler because they don't know calculus. They just didn't learn it yet, you know. So how can you punish them for something that they didn't understand yet? But yes, by the time they are in high school and they're taking calculus, okay, now they got the tools. Now they understand it. Now they know. Okay, but for the I keep my own counsel, I'm feeling this. You know, you're learning all this stuff on the inside, but the block is, you know, maybe we want to share these things, and as we do, we start to listen to all these other people's possibly well-meaning opinions and their thoughts and points of view, and we take them in as truth once again. It's like, oh well, you know, this person seems to know way more than me, so possibly that's the truth, or this person da 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 da, that must be the truth. And we decide that other people decide who we are again. And so we need to recognize this, and you can listen, yes, take in what they say, but take it in as filtering it through your heart and through your higher self. Does this resonate with me? Does this fit in anywhere? Does it seem to make sense to me? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If it does, well, then let's dig deeper. Let's look into it. Instead of just taking everybody's opinion at face value because, you know, maybe we really love that person or we really trust that person's opinion, but that's all it is. It's just an opinion. And then we decide if that's something that really resonates with us and that that's something that we can work on. So I keep my own counsel. And you notice that the person in the card with her arms crossed, she has a feather in there, and the feather is truth. The feather is our intellect, and we are air signs. So it's putting aside the ego for just a moment and connecting with that higher self through our crown chakra. So that feather of truth, also known as Maat's feather, M-A-A-T, in the weighing of the heart. So weigh everything that you hear, everything that you take in, whether it's through social media, people's well-meaning opinions and things like that, and weigh it against your heart. Does it make sense? And that's how you keep your own counsel. That's how we overcome that block. Okay. All right. Excellent. Let's see here. Susie said, pretty. I've been feeling Art Deco stuff lately. I swear, dude, I love me some Art Deco. I look at 20s, 30s styles, yes. And you know what? There's a wonderful theater in San Diego called Spreckles Theater, and it was actually owned by Mr. Spreckles, who was like the sugar king. So yeah, he basically created a monopoly with sugar. Yeah, I'm talking like table sugar, you know, stuff that we use for baking. And so with all of his money, he owned a lot of these things. And so there was a particular theater that at first was used like a stage theater, then became like a cinema, back to like a stage theater. And everything in there is this beautiful Art Deco. And I always loved like the look and feel of that theater. Like you could just feel, I don't know, it's got an interesting feeling. I feel like something about the 20s, you know? Let's see. And then Susie said, love this. I want to start buying vintage everything. Oh, dude, that's all I used to do. All I used to buy was vintage, a lot of my clothes and stuff like that. Angela, hey, how are you? Susie welcoming Goddess Angela. This is definitely not a goddess, but I'm blushing. Hey, dude, we are all divine. Angela said, anyone who hasn't but likes vintage style should look into the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, one of my favorites. I agree. I love the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. So he's like, sounds like Mr. Sprinkles. That sounds way more delicious, actually. And then it's chocolate donuts. Ah, we're on the chocolate thing again. Susie said, I keep forgetting your last name literally means Egypt. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's Spanish for Egypt, but it's out of the Philippines. So, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look into opportunities. I honor animals with reverence. Sumi, you're going to love that. Look at the kitty that she's hanging out with that just so happens to be a little god or goddess. Interesting. And then we also have what looks like a hummingbird there. And we have the snake above, really good for healing and transformation. Angela says, well, thank you. How are you guys? What sign are we on? We are going into the blocks and opportunities of the month. So if you want to rewind a little bit, you'll be able to see the reading for Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Susie says, sounds wonderful. Sumi said, 2024, burning sage, me in Egypt. Dude, you don't know how badly that's always been on my wish list, is to go to the pyramids. Like, I feel I have to go there, to like be in the sand, to like touch the pyramids and like touch that energy. And yeah, just much more than I want to go there for like some history book stuff. Like I feel like I gotta be in the energy there. And so is like everybody in my family, like especially like my uncle, he got to go there. My nana, which is my grandma, she always wanted to go there. So she used to have all these books like on Tutankhamun and all of that, and they were the books that I used to first just look at before I could read, and then later on I did read them, and it was just like, I need to go there. And she just kept saying, there's something in our family that we just know we need to go, you know? And then Sumi coming in with the little kitty cat. Susie said, hashtag burning sage. Good to know, thank you. And Angela said, awesome, I might flip a few cards again along with you. That would be fabulous. And everybody else too, if you want to join in. Okay, so I honor animals with reverence. What does this mean for our opportunities? Okay, so right away, the first thing that popped into my brain, since when, you know, with each of you guys that I see here, well, technically see here on a regular basis in our live chats, there's always an image that's associated with everybody. So when I think of Sumi, I see black cats. When I think of Susie, I see flowers, like flowers in the sun. You know, and when I see Joss, who I haven't seen here in a while, all I see is a big pink heart, you know. So that's how I connect with your guys' energy. That's how I see you guys, because I can't see your physical faces here. So it's these images that pop in. And so with this, honoring animals as an opportunity, I really see what Sumi had said before about, you know, look to animals, you know, look to, well, for her, she was saying cats. But yeah, definitely look at animals. Look at the animals in your neighborhood, whether it be hummingbirds, neighborhood cats, dogs, squirrels, you know, things that are just outside your front door. How are they operating during this time? What do you see them doing right now? Are they enjoying the sunshine? Do you see them going through some mating rituals, like some of the birds that I see here? Are they squirreling away food? What do you see them doing? And tap into their medicine, because we're not separate from them. They're just as much as of Earth as we are of Earth. So look at their behavior as they interact with other animals. How do you see them interacting? How do you see them? What do you think, if you were to go inside that animal's mind, what kind of self-esteem do you think that animal has? Do you think that animal worries about what the other animals think about it? Do you think that it worries about you know, everything it did in the past, or what it did when it was a little bird, or what it did when it was just a baby kitten? You know, think of those things and look to them and how much in the present they are, because the present means everything to them. For them, it's their survival. So maybe that we can take some of that, and that's going to help open up opportunities. If we can ground ourselves in looking at the animals around us and learning from them, no matter how small they may be, all the way down to the little ants. And boy, I still have a couple of bite marks on my foot from those little ants, but I think that was to get me to look down and not so much outside of myself, but looking down at these little ants and how they're just worried about what's happening in their environment right now. Like right now, there's this lady who's like stepping on the ground, and this is where I live, and so I'm gonna bite her foot because they're not worried about what's happening yesterday or anything. They're just here in the right now. And me getting bit on my foot, that brings me to the right now. I'm not caring about what happened 5 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, ow, my foot itches, my ankle itches now because I got bit on the ankle. So it's bringing me to the present. So thank you, little ants, for biting me, bringing me back to the present. So if you guys can really solidify and bring yourselves into the present, you will see that, again, that is aligning you to those opportunities and those people that you're going to meet in the month of August. So allow the animals to guide you. Look to them. They have a lot of wisdom to share. Okay, so there we go. I love it. Okay, here. Let's go back here. Whoa, missed some comments. Angela was going to grab the vintage wisdom. Susie says, I'm the high priestess. Angela said, guard card on the vintage wisdom oracle is peace. Don't we all need more peace? Claim it, everyone. Claim peace. And Josh said, this card reminds me of a reading I watched about a possible message from our animal spirit might have for us. I always feel a connection to the hummingbird and owls. And actually, you know what, Josh? 2 nights ago when James and I were on a bike ride, I did get to see a nice big owl swoop past the road in front of us and go into the yard of the house across the way. So interesting. And Susie said, peace. Josh said, I love hearts, so spot on. Sumi said, I doubt the animal cares about how they look. Food, shelter, safety, that's what they care about. And Susie said that I'm on fire because I asked my mom once what I liked when I was 3. She said, flowers. A. And Susie said, my name means lily. Really? Oh my gosh, you know what? I have a peace lily that I'm keeping indoors now because it really just can't take the heat outside. So it's in the window over there. And I just call her Lily. So Lily hangs out with me. Oh my goodness. So Susie said, beautiful. Okay. And yay, I love all the extra messages that are coming in from you guys as well. This is amazeballs. Okay, we have come to our viewer's choice, where I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions. You decide which question I pull a card for. I'm going to use the New Age Hipster Insta Oracle for that. This is a fun deck. Her name is Victoria Maxwell, and she's a YA author, like young adult author. She's created like the Saratoga series, but she's got a few decks under her belt. Sumi, thank you. I love that little gift. It's so cute. But yeah, so this was kind of meant to look like Instagram, and so this was like her independent deck that she made, but now she has been picked up by Rockpool Publishing, so hey. Sumi said, Kitty is my hero. Yep, there you go. You had the biggest teacher with you who is still with you. All right, so here are the 2 questions. So anybody who hasn't been to this channel before, let me explain it. I'm going to read off question number 1. If that's the question that you want me to pull a card for, then I'm going to have you vote with a red heart emoji. Or if you're not anywhere near your cell phone and you just have a keyboard, then type the words red heart. For the second question, if you prefer that I pull a card for the second question, give a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. And I'll give people time, a few minutes to do that, because I know people are in and out and they're, sometimes just listening and not really watching. So I understand you guys are busy. I do the same thing when I'm listening to live chats. I'm off doing something else and the live chat's like playing in the background. I'm just like listening. Okay, So here are the questions. Question number 1 for that red heart. How can I incorporate more Leo energy into my life? Because we are in Leo season, homies. Lily is having a birthday on August 3rd. So Leo. Okay, so again, it is how can I incorporate more Leo energy into my life for a red heart. For a green heart, what is preventing me from accessing my Koyopa power, which is your life force energy, that Kundalini energy? And again, it is what is preventing me from accessing my full Koyopa power? What is preventing you from accessing that full life force power for that green heart emoji? Okay, so again, here it is. Red heart, how can I incorporate more Leo energy into my life? Green heart, what is preventing me from accessing my full Koyopa power? All right, so I'll do a little Jeopardy music here. You guys can vote. Joss already came in with that green heart. Lily's coming in with a green heart. Sumi's coming in with a green heart. All right. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Susie's got a green heart. Angela also has a green heart. Do, 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 do. And that should make James happy because he loves green. So he's all about the green hearts. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green hearts. Do we have any other votes? Although I think green just blew it out of the water. Okay, looks like we're going green. We're going green. Okay, for green, it was what is preventing me from accessing my full Koyopa power? Well, let's take a look-ski, shall we? Okay. Okay, looks like it's going to take a little longer to get that card. No worries. All right, I got it. I got it. Angela said, how perfect. We had red heart questions last time. I know, so now we get to go to a different question. Okay, so what's preventing me from accessing my full Koyopa power? We have veggie burger. And we had a red heart question last time, yeah. Okay, so veggie burger, let's dive into that. Accessing our full Koyopa power. Okay, accessing our life force energy. It's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about our opportunities and looking to the animals around us, you know, that we're not separate from them. I know oftentimes our society would have us believe that we're separate. There's all these, you know, the world is something to fear and animals are something to fear, and there's these invisible things that we must fear, you know, the sun, we got to fear it. We have to fear it. As if we just decided to come by and stop on this planet. Our soul may not be from this planet, but our human self definitely is from this planet. So if we want to access that life force energy in us, we have to really get ourselves reacquainted with the planet and get our understanding that we are very much a part of it. And whatever is going on with the planet is going on with us. And whatever goes on with us is happening to the planet. The planet is a reflection of us, vice versa. Everything is a mirror. Just like all the different dimensions that we inhabit, if you can imagine such a thing, that our soul is actually kind of split between many dimensions, that what is happening above is happening below. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's very true, and this is why many belief systems and religions, this is what they have incorporated into it. And for some, it's maybe a small part, but it's a pretty big part. So this month, in the month of August, as you're going inwards, as you're learning more about yourself, if you really want to learn more about yourself, why not reacquaint yourself with what you came from? You came from terra firma. You came from the dirt, the soil, the plants, the trees, the animals, every cell, every things that are invisible to the naked eye. the sun, the moon, all of this. You are a part of this. You are stardust, you are earth, you are all of it. So reacquaint yourself with it. Stick your feet in it, and get your hands muddy. I don't know, roll around it, and get a little dirt in your mouth, you know? We've become such a, not everyone, but I'm saying society would have us Purell ourselves to oblivion and have ourselves live in a little plastic bubble, because everything outside that little plastic bubble is scary. It's not us. It's separate from us. And perhaps this is why we have many issues on this planet, not only externally but internally as well, because maybe we have distanced ourselves too far from what we really are, which is Earth. So if you want to access that power, you have to remember where you came from. And where you came from is not a scary place. It's you. It's a part of you. So get in that dirt, get in the water, go to the mountains, go to the beach, go to the valleys, go to the forests, try and connect with animals, insects, everything that you can immerse yourself in. I know that we're in this busy time, but if you're going to be met with blockages and some time to yourself in August, then take that time to reacquaint yourself with who you really are. You are Terran, you are Earth, and you are also divine. So reacquaint yourself with those two energies. That thing that I try to do during our meditation, whether it's during our Sunday live chats or these monthly live chats, there's a reason I try to get you guys to incorporate that energy of Gaia and bringing down source, because I want you guys to feel that within your bodies, feel that duality, that you are both of those things. You're very powerful and you're not separate from anything. So I'm getting that definitely with the veggie burger, you know, the vegetation, everything that's around us. And all I can think of is James's nephew, and he's 9 months old, and his parents were very fearful that he was playing in the dirt, as if the dirt was something that would harm him, when really it's a part of him, you know. And I think that's something that we need to reacquaint ourselves with. So I'm literally urging you guys to play in the dirt, get back in the dirt, get back in the water. It's a part of you. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. Angela was still shuffling. The vintage ladies being sassy. They're not given the cards yet. Susie said that means something. Remember when I said I had beef tacos? I have been seriously thinking of going vegetarian for a week now. Well, that's something I've done for about a year now. I've been vegetarian for a year now. The only thing, I guess, dairy product I have is maybe some ice cream every now and then, if I can't get my hands on dairy-free ice cream, and cheese. But otherwise, no meat products. Susie said, listening to old clips from Linda McCartney. Angela said, okay, got him. Wow, they just came gushing, sassy, vintage wisdom. I find the deck to have sassy, no nonsense, like a grandmother who's had enough and finds a cane to smack the idiot with. Susie said, I feel better eating watermelon, grapes, peaches. Oh my gosh, dude. If I could just eat fruit all day, that would be awesome. Susie says, I think I would try. Thank you. Angela said, playfulness, awakening intention, innocence, change, purity, and faith are our cards. Beautiful. Be playful, enjoy yourself, go run barefoot, go get that milkshake, snuggle up with that tea and movie, go out, have that party, make that cake. Awakening isn't a dull process, and never should it be. You should enjoy it, says Awakening Cards. Susie wants to hang out with Angela. And Sumi said, God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt. Exactly. Dirt don't hurt. That's the truth. Susie said, that's right. Angela, what are your intentions on this journey? Intentions are important. You can awaken more than one thing. This is true. Joss said, by the way, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is on TV. More chocolate coming in. Okay, okay. Angela said, innocence says you have changed but haven't you're still yourself, but haven't. You're still yourself. You're still beautiful, still a fey wild child. Wow. And Sumi said, and Joss has a brown background. Oh, that's right. Let me go back. That's true. Oh my gosh. Angela said, change is coming, change coming, but you don't have to be sad or fight it. You can play and dance with the wind. The leaves are inviting you to put on new colors each year and dance with the wind until they fall. Wow. And Josh said, oh yeah. That's beautiful. Wow. Dude, you guys are freaking awesome. This is why we live chat. This is why we hang out. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, with all of that in mind, and what I was talking about earlier, doing our connection with our healing, let's do a healing. So, I have my tongue drum here, and we are going to spend a few minutes that's just for you. You decide what you want to do with these next few minutes. What are your intentions? You got to hear all of these messages. You got to hear the theme card, the blocks, the opportunities, the individual zodiac messages, the overall messages, the stuff that you guys were spitting, all that knowledge, pulling cards, all those downloads, the things that you guys were picking up that, maybe I couldn't see all of them, right down to people's background colors, So with all of those things, what do you want? What do you want out of August? If this is a time to go inwards and you are going to be confronted with a lot of things that are going to need healing, you're going to be witnessing some new opportunities, perhaps things that you didn't even know existed. How are you going to go about that? What do you want to do with that? Okay, and so I want you to spend this time with this guided meditation thinking about that and bringing that in. We just had a new moon in Leo, so let's bring in some of that stuff, and let's also use that new moon energy to release as well. So new moon, bringing stuff in, but also is going to help us to release. So as we bring in something, what do you want to let go? All right, so let's do this. All right, you guys, get nice and comfy. Angela said, purity, when I moved, it knocked power out of the deck. So power is here to now, along with faith. I'll read these three together. Purity, faith, and power. You are strong, pure, and beautiful in your own way. So you just have to have faith in it and remember that. And Gemini, glad you're having fun with my messages. I'll definitely hang out here with you all when I can. This is so much fun. It is. I have tons of fun here. Okay. And I'll see you guys on Sunday, actually, for our weekly live chat. So, okay, so you guys get nice and cozy. Find, I don't know, a bed you want to lay down in. Maybe you want to sit on the bed, or you want to sit in a chair, a couch. You want to sit on the hard floor like I am. But find a place that's comfortable for you. You can be laying down, sitting down. Just make sure that you try to keep your spine as straight as possible. So if you're laying down, just straighten yourself up. You don't have to sit like a statue, stiff and rigid, or be in lotus pose or anything unless you enjoy that. But just make sure that you feel as relaxed as possible. There's this, and then there's this. Okay, so, all right, you guys. I encourage you to go ahead and close your eyes and bring your awareness into your body. If you want to take a nice sigh, exhale, you can. Just, whew, this is your time. This is for you. This is all about you right now. And start to feel your shoulders. Are they up near your ears? If they are, let them go. They take on so much energy, so much pressure on a daily basis. Give those shoulders a break. Let that neck become malleable. Our facial muscles, give them a break. Start to feel that energy. And you know what? Since we're air signs, why don't you imagine some nice, cool energy swirling down, starting at the top of your head, just blowing down. Let it blow across your face. Relax. Blowing across your neck. Let that relax. Blowing across your shoulders, your collarbone, your chest. all the way down your back, shoulder blades. Let that wind blow through, that gentle breeze, reminding with the goosebumps that you feel that those body parts need to relax now. They've done their job today. Give them a time to rest. Give those biceps and those triceps a rest, going down past the elbow joints, down into your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Give them a break. They've done a lot of work today. Let that wind swirl all the way around your torso, reminding your torso that it's okay to relax, all the way down to your hip girdle, to your thighs, carrying so much weight. The day's energy, our worries, our thoughts, our emotions. Allow these muscles to rest. Your calves, feeling the wind all the way off your toes and your feet. And as you sit in this relaxed state, bring your awareness down to your breath. Just feel that simple rise and fall of the chest. Take notice as the body runs itself. It doesn't need to be told when to breathe in and when to breathe out. It just knows. The muscles know how to keep you comfy. They know how to work. The eyes know when to focus. The voice knows when to speak and how to speak. Your internal functions just know how to keep things running smoothly, and they do it all for you. The liver, the kidneys, the heart. Nobody tells the heart to beat. It beats on its own accord. The lungs function on their own. Give gratitude to these functions that we normally don't give a second thought to, because they just operate quietly in the background, allowing this human vessel to traverse this earth and planet. And although the breath knows how to inhale and exhale, we want to control the breath a bit for a moment. We want to exercise it a bit. So on your next inhale, your next natural inhale, I want you to try and take that breath into not only your lungs, but into your diaphragm and your stomach. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, inhale. All the way in and exhale. Let that belly button hit the spine, full exhale. And continue breathing in and out. We're taking a very natural occurrence and we're giving it a bit more intention. That's what we're doing. A bit more intention. And with this intention and focus on this breath, notice how the life cycle is played out with every breath you take, every single second of every single day. There's a life and death process happening right there within your breath. Something has given up its breath in order to give you the air that you need to breathe. The air that you exhale gives life to something else. It transmutes it. It turns it into something beneficial. So feel that life and death cycle, that life, death, rebirth. Just like the phases of the moon, just like the cycles of the seasons, just like the ebb and flow of the ocean. Everything around us is a mirror in and of itself. and sit in gratitude with that. And now we can also focus on our intention. With that breath that you breathe in, that life that you take in, what do you intend for August? Bring it in. And with every exhale that you have, what are you releasing? If we're bringing something in, we must release something. Perhaps a habit, a belief, particular situation. Maybe it's something physical. That choice is up to you. And as you continue this, think about what I said earlier about your grounding and connecting. Find a way that grounds and connects in a way that is most beneficial to you, but I only ask that you remember the earth as you bring it in during your grounding process, and that other half of you that is divine, and bringing that down also in your connecting process, and letting those two energies dance within your body, those two dualistic energies that you are. Go ahead and continue with your feeling, your intentions, your grounding and connecting. right, you guys, I hope you enjoy that. Go ahead and bring your awareness back into your body. You've been floating all around, bring it back. If you've had your eyes closed, go ahead and open them back up and start wiggling your body parts. Bring yourself back in. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's live chat. I know I love hanging out with you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed all the messages, and I appreciate everybody who was giving us input, pulling cards, throwing some intuition, knowledge. I love it. I love when we can all come together like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. But you know what? Before we go, let's go ahead and close up this circle. Let me go back here. Missed some of your guys' comments, actually. Susie said Sunday, and Susie was telling Sumi, my Napoleon feral cat looks like Bastet, the Egyptian guardian. Really? And Angela said, that's beautiful. Thank you. This is, where did you get that instrument? I need one. They sound good. You know, I got this a while back. I got it from it was a gem show that was in San Diego, and there's this nice couple that I would meet all the time, and they're in the Himalayan booth. So I got that from them, got a really good deal, and I'm pretty happy with my little instrument. Susie said, what would be fun at Burning Sage is to bring instruments. I have a keyboard and guitar. Guitar I don't play, it's George's, but I will bring it. You know, I have a bunch of instruments too. Like, I would love it if we got to play some stuff. Even if we like don't know how to play, let's just go with it intuitively, because seriously, with my tongue drum, I wouldn't say I know how to play it. It's all been intuitive. Like, I don't know, I just do it. And Susie says, I can play the keyboard poorly and a flute. Really? You know what? That was actually the first instrument I was meant to learn, and I only learned one note. That was it, on the flute. You're very welcome, Susie. Susie said, everyone, kiss, hug. Sumi. All right, so thank you guys so much. All right, I have my little candle still burning here. I think we need to do a little wish. Wow, it's all burned down because the AC. But let's make a wish for August, just like if we were going to do a little birthday candle. Some of you guys are having birthdays. But anyway, what is your wish? Let's go ahead and think on it. And ready? Let's blow out the candle. 1, 2, 3, make a wish. And so it is. Yay! All right, time to close up that circle. So I'm gonna take my little dagger here, my little gold sheen obsidian dagger from Desert Cauldron, and let's just thank our elemental friends that helped us out with our circle today. Thank you, elementals in the north. Thank you, elementals of the west. Thank you, elementals of the south. And thank you, elementals of the east. Our circle is closed, but our circle still remains. As above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part, merry do we meet again. And so it is. All right, you guys. Hey! Thank you guys for coming. Angela said, I want to get a fairy flute next Renaissance fair. I'm going to save for, oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. I want to see a fairy flute. That would be awesome. So yeah, thank you everybody who came in. If you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing, and thank you to everybody who is subscribed. Somebody pointed out today that my subscribers are at 8.88, so 888, hello. And thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to everybody who is a part of our YouTube membership, so my KWT fam, so Susie, Liesel, Heather, Kayla, thank you. And everybody who's a part of Patreon. I appreciate their patronage, and if you want to go check it out, I do tons of stuff with my Patreon homies over there. They deserve it. I thank them so much for their support. Michelle, Syrian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, Kayla, and Jason, Charles, and Brian. Thank you all so very much. All right, you guys, I will catch you on Sunday, so a couple of days from now, and yeah. We have some birthdays coming up. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys have a fabulous start to August if I don't see you on Sunday. Sumi says, 13, have a great weekend, everybody. And Susie said 8. Yes. All right, you guys. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Catch you later. Peace out. Bye, guys.